Hi, Scorpio Twin Flames. This is Jennifer, and I'm going to be doing a you versus them channel message, card reading, and healing. Let's get into it. I just want to say thank you to all of the amazing people that I've connected with over the last couple of weeks. And it's just been such an honor and a pleasure to work with your energy. If you're interested in working with me, I will be offering gigs on Fiverr. You can also contact me for a specific like twin flame check, karma clearing, SRT clearing. And then also my Patreon is starting, and the links to those are below. And let's get started here. So they are showing me like a fountain, kind of like the Ace of Cups usually looks like, with your emotions just kind of running over and not being able to contain them the way that you like to be in control of your emotions. And so this may be either making you or your person a little bit out of balance as this sun comes into Scorpio here. There's been some really heavy, weird energies going on. And you may be just learning to navigate those. Let's see what we have. Actually, like this. Yeah, I mean, you just feel incredibly out of balance. But in the end, wanting to work on things. Okay, so there's just waiting involved. Your person's returning. You don't want to wait anymore. And your emotions are pushing you forward. So, Spirit's saying, try to be patient because they're working on your person. Your sexual energy is high. Okay. So your person is sustained on something. Your person's dealing with a new endeavor, energy, maybe from the past, maybe someone coming back around. They're looking back at this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So you may be wondering and judging them about why would they possibly be going back to this person and not me. You have Will in reverse and they have the full upright. So I do think this is possibly them choosing something or someone over you, or you perceive it that way, because we do have the Nine of Swords here in the reverse. However, it does have this big moon in it, and I do think that you are caught up in some really deep emotions, and it's throwing your Empress energy out of balance in a big way. You're really just not wanting. I do get this energy of you being really stuck here, and especially if it involves a sexual relationship with your person, with someone that you don't consider to be worthy of them, or some sort of behavior that you don't approve of. If they're running around, you know, you're working on your healing and they may be doing the opposite, right? They may be creating more wounds or something for themselves, because I don't see them walking the spiritual path at this time. You will, though, be receiving what looks like communication from them. At this time, they're not going to be moving forward with you, unfortunately. However, interesting. I do actually see this making you more stable. For some reason, you're matching the Eight of Wands. Because you aren't happy by yourself right now, and you certainly aren't happy without a partner right now. So you may choose to communicate with someone else at this time. You may choose to communicate with this Knight of Pentacles and go back to them. Because I do see they have the Magician in the reverse, but you have it upright coming into the future. So they will push you into your power, into your magician power, if you let this transpire. And you continue to work on your healing, and that might even be healing around, you know, your sexual nature or your deep emotions. Whatever trigger you are resisting by this rejection, if you don't go and try to fill that void with another person, and I'm not saying yes or no to having another relationship, but I'm saying this is triggering you for healing this wound. And if you don't go and you just and try to fill it immediately with someone else in like a codependent way, you can bring about this very important healing that they're wanting you to have, right? Even with some body work, and it will lead to this beautiful ability to trust, which is an energy that has been really coming up for the collective. So that's what they want you to work on through this. What transpires is them trying to get you into this healing what's held in your body at this time, that's allowing you not to trust, right? Because you do desire a deeper relationship than what you're currently getting. You know, you want a message of stability. I mean, what's really fascinating is that you want this healing, right? You want this divine healing, and you want to move forward in this very grounded way. You're hoping for a message of stability. And you're not necessarily wanting to do the deep work either. But what's fascinating is that this message that they bring you is going to cause this tower moment because they're not willing to be stable. And you know, you have the Chariot and the Magician upright and they have it in reverse. So then you have the moon, they have the Moon and the Page of Wands. Okay, you're going to, if you allow them to bring you this gift, you know, of them not creating what you want for you, you are going to create it yourself, and you will heal this instability of not being able to trust people. So I do get the sense that this is a huge, huge opportunity for you to really choose a different path than you are normally choosing, and to not control it, but to learn to trust yourself on a deeper level. If you have had issues in the past with past relationships where you were betrayed or taken advantage of, I'm really sorry about that. And you know, that's something that a lot of us go through, and we have to learn to become, you know, our own healers in a sense, and also get help from other people who have healed these things in themselves, and be able to be brave enough to look at the imbalance that somebody treating us this way has created within ourselves, and what we believe is the judgment that they made in order to treat us that way, right? So if this is coming up for you and they're not choosing you, right? That's what this third party business is always about. That somehow our worth issues come up to be looked at. If are we worthy enough? If we were worthy enough, they would have made a different decision, which is not the truth. So they're saying that part of this may come from your childhood, and it may be stored in your body. It may be that you need some actual body work, breath work, massage, some sort of physical healing as well, because it may have gotten down low enough. When I say low enough, I mean like the physical body is the last layer to be affected. So in order to heal it at all the other layers, you have to sometimes start with the body and go backwards up to the energetic level. Sometimes, not always. It's just how much of a pattern has this become? How ingrained in your subconscious has this become? How much are you being affected by forces that you aren't even aware of? Like, you know, negative spiritual influences, because twins are extremely susceptible to being attacked, being manipulated on a spiritual level. We have a very bright light that shines, and the more into our power we become, the more susceptible we are to negative attacks. And so you may have been feeling this way since childhood. I know that's something that I have experienced. You know, if you had gifts as a young child and you weren't always accepted or understood, then you know, you learn very much to like be this shapeshifter person and cloak yourself in a different energy so people aren't misunderstanding you or judging you or labeling you. You know, you get very untrusting of people because you don't feel like they could accept you. This may or may not be the case here. But I do see you up in your head a lot and also resisting that energy. All right, we're going to get some advice cards. And number 12, every journey starts with a single step. Okay, so you see her there and she is unclothed, right? So this is a metaphor for taking off all of that facade. And then she has a suitcase full of butterflies of light. And then also the light is pouring through into her crown and she's being illuminated with this halo. And so this is a very deep card of transformation and understanding that every single choice that you make and every single step in the right direction towards your wholeness is going to affect both you and your twin. And you see, this is my favorite card in this deck. And then it's the number 13, where whatever healing you do is equally shared in your field. So you see the two hands with the light between them. Whenever one of you is taking more and then the other one can feel it, right? And you do know already intuitively, this is a card 36, that, you know, the universe does speak to you. It does talk to you. You can hear it. You already have all this these beautiful gifts, this beautiful light within you. This is a card 17 and number 8. So, you know, bottom of the deck is after the storm, number 1, right? So we have the magician energy again. This is a strong call for you to become an even greater manifester by getting true clarity on who you are, what's inside of you, and a process of release that your twin is going to help you start, if they haven't already, to step into a much more stable, dynamic, and powerful energy. And I would assume that it would probably be between now and Aquarius season that you will be going through this transformation. So we will have the Scorpio full moon in May, but I would assume that you would do the majority of the work by late February if you are cognizant about it. Okay, Scorpio, this is a beautiful reading. I hope it resonates with you and you got some value out of it. If you want to work with me on these energies, this is something I'm very familiar with. There may or may not be residual karma between you two, not between you two, for you to clear in this life, and that you hold and you can clear for the benefit of your union. And there may or may not be dark force entities or negative spiritual energy affecting you. There may or may not be things affecting your relationship ring, and you may want to work on those things to facilitate this process for it to be faster. So if you do want to talk with me about any of those things, contact me on Fiverr. I'll leave the link below. And also on Patreon, I will be talking somewhat about working with your twin energy and transforming it to become something more stable, grounded, dynamic, like, you know, where it's not that in and out, back and forth, up and down, push pull type, but you're more in control of your own energy. And I do think that this is what's going on for you now and what you can look forward to if you decide to do this work. And also, if you want to work on the trust issue, if that's something that really resonates for you, I do theta healing, and that would be a live session. So you can contact me about that also. All right. So much love on your journey. I'm wishing you all the best. And I really hope that this has brought you some peace of mind to know that, you know, you are on the right track and you can't mess this up, but you definitely can make it go slower and delay if you don't really look at your own energy and what you're bringing to the table and move that forward. So thank you very much. Bye.